Mao's Top 10 Moments, selected and presented by Hannah. Japan tried to invade China in 1937. The nationalists and communists joined forces against Japan when Japan invaded. However, within a year of Japan's surrender, China was back in civil war. In 1934, the nationalists attacked the communist base where Mao was, and Mao had to lead the soldiers in the Long March. The Long March was a 6,000-mile retreat to Yan'an. Only 10% of the 80,000 fighters survived. Yan'an was the communist stronghold for the next decade. Mao led a group of peasants to the Jiangxi province in 1927. In the mountains of the Jiangxi province, he and other Communist Party members created a communist government and began to build the Communist Army. Mao Zedong proclaimed the founding of the People's Republic of China in 1949. Mao led the Communists to victory against the Nationalists after more than 20 years of civil war. The Nationalists retreated to the island of Taiwan and set up a nationalist government there. The Communist Party and the Nationalist Party worked together until the nationalist leader, Sun Yat-sen, died in 1935. In 1923, the Communist International had promised Sun that if he allied with the Communist Party, the Soviet Union would give him the supplies and men he needed to reunify the country. In 1949, Mao was declared chairman of the Chinese Communist Party. Mao was also elected chief of state of the new People's Republic of China and chairman of the military command that controlled the People's Liberation Army. Mao died in 1976. In 1981, 5 years after his death, China issued its official judgment of Mao. This statement applauded Mao's leadership and theories through 1957 and then blamed him for everything that went wrong during the next 2 decades. In 1958, Mao launched the Great Leap Forward. The Great Leap Forward was meant to modernize China's industrial capacity and increase China's agricultural production. Sadly, the decisions were made for political, not practical, reasons. About 30 million people died of starvation during this time. In 1966, Mao launched the Cultural Revolution. The Cultural Revolution was meant to get rid of Mao's opponents. Millions of Chinese suffered or perished. They were mainly teachers, writers, artists, and party leaders. All of these were supposedly reactionary in some way. This means they were against the changes Mao was making. In 1921, Mao joined the Communist Party. After leaving the army, Mao went back to school but couldn't decide what to study. While he was searching for subjects that interested him, he found communism. Mao decided that China needed a communist government and joined the Communist Party.